main distinctive about my dad's evangelism is that it was so doctrinal. He was a Bible saturated in the dispensational school, but so doctrinal, which is why he was different. So he did his evangelism by developing the doctrine of regeneration, or the doctrine of hell, or the doctrine of heaven, or the doctrine of repentance. That's the way he thought. And so I grew up assuming that's the way you handle the Bible. That's what you do. Even if you do evangelism, if you shepherd a church, you take the Bible and you find what it means across its terrain and its coherency, and that's what reality is. So it was an awesome privilege to grow up in a home where my dad would leave for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. If he crossed the country in those days, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, come home for 4 days, 8 days, leave again. And just one of the things, a lot of people, I feel like I got my back to you folks. A lot of people get bent out of shape at dad's this or that, and I never, ever resented my father's ministry, though he was home a third of the time. Ever. It seemed like an awesome privilege to me. And I think the key there was that my mom loved his ministry. She never badmouthed him. She never said, "Where is he? He'll never come from." Never was there any of that. So I just grew up, you assume Dad's got a call on his life. This is it. My job with my mom is to back him up. And when he comes home, he tells the stories of the victories of the gospel and what could be better. He also brought jokes with him. We'd sit at the table and he'd give me his latest joke.
Well, again, it's a very hard thing for me to jump in. I think the thing that always stood out in my mind was how, just on a personal side, how much my dad loved my mother. It was just a treasure to me. I learned how you're supposed to love your wife. He just loved her, and he loved his children in a unique way. Very endearing qualities. He also was an evangelist with Fuller Foundation, with Charles E. Fuller, traveling evangelist around the States. He was an evangelist at Moody in the years of William Culbertson, when he was president of Moody. I think it was Culbertson. Anyway, somewhere in there. And he traveled all over in citywide meetings, all over the Midwest and the East. He graduated from Eastern Seminary in Philadelphia, so he had all kinds of Eastern connections. So I had the same kind of experience as a kid living in California with my dad, going away for long periods